Yeah, we have an Android app now. So you guys should go to the Android market, go to Uncut Sports Show, and download our shit.
Just search for Uncut Sports
right
and make sure you keep the R in there.
Yes.
Now, time for word association. Most of you people liked it, wondered where it went. Here it is. You ready?
It is back. I'm ready, man.
And now you got to understand, Kevin doesn't really play word association, so he normally comes back with phrases and or stories.
So does
I will
George.
try to cut him off. I'd go in little baby tirades. Okay. All right, here we go. Albert Haynesworth.
6 games, 3 tackles, no sacks, $1.5 million, and 453 hamburgers that fat motherfucker ate.
Heavy D.
Rest in peace.
Joe Frazier.
Heart.
Penn State. Little boys' booty holes. So
far, wherever you are, because that motherfucking university is sinking like the Titanic.
So, now if you guys just caught on, we basically just word associated all the topics we're about ready to cover. So now, back to Albert Haynesworth. Hey, I ain't going to play. Because he got cut.
Yes. We had a bet at the beginning of the season, and George and I said that we had an over-under on if Albert Haynesworth would play 8 games. Apparently,
Snacks McGee played 6.
Snacks McGee played 6. Now, he played 6 games, but let's just see what Albert Haynesworth accomplished besides getting Pepper Johnson ready to steal him in his jaw. Because I'm going to tell you what happened, really. And in Patriot land, they're not saying this. Okay, after Brandon Jacobs scored a touchdown, okay, they came off the field, and Pepper Johnson was in his face, and it was a heated exchange. Okay, now basically it's because
talking about the ex-linebacker for the Giants.
Yeah, he used to play with the Jets. He's an assistant coach for assistant coach for the Patriots, and they got into a heated exchange because basically what Haynesworth did, and he tried to pull a swim move, okay, on the guard, and
at the goal line.
And the guard basically put him in a predicament where he got blocked, and Jacobs ran right past him and scored a touchdown. Now, the only thing that fucking Albert Haynesworth has been swimming in is
money,
looks like, and mayonnaise and butter.
Because let me tell you right now, guess whose money he's swimming in? Like Scrooge McDuck.
Redskins. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For any of you that played football before, you understand on the goal line, the object of the defensive lineman is to keep the offensive lineman from coming.
Right.
You have gap assignments, and you're supposed to plug up a gap. And Albert Haynesworth is damn big.
But plug up a gap.
But when you do this, all you do is give up all that rib meat, and you let somebody get into your body and block you real easy.
That's just what the guard did.
Ignorant.
Like this. Beep, beep. Pulled the road run on that muscle.
Ignorant.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, he got released. Now, people have a chance to pick him up. Do you think
no.
This is next? One's going to pick
Hell
up Haynesworth.
no. Throw any word you want in front of no. No, he's done. He'll never play in the NFL again, period.
Now, speaking of playing, commercials.
Nope, they ain't playing neither.
Commissioner David Stern of the NBA proposed a 50-50 offer for the players.
Players said no.
Take that shit and get to going. Get to stepping.
Yeah, but you know what that means? The owner said their next offer was a 47-53.
Yeah, the owners are happy.
Yeah,
they didn't want them to take that off.
Because let me tell you right now, the owners have other people filling their venues. They're not having problems filling their venues. No. For the owners who own the buildings, they're like, whatever, more concerts, more whatever.
Yeah,
the basketball players are the only ones getting
concerts,
hurt. Yeah. So, whatever. And what I like is David Stern's going, it's getting late. It's getting late. Mm-hmm. You figure if there's no games by January 1, he cancels the whole season?
Well, David Stern's worried about his ass because it's going to happen on his clock.
Like, he cares. It's happened on his clock before. Didn't they have his? Yeah. He was still around. He's been around since Magic Johnson got HIV.
Stern's been around that
Yes.
long? Damn.
Yeah, how's he kept his damn job that long? I'm sorry, but I think commissioners of leagues should be a lot like our U.S. president. You get 8 years. You get 2 terms. You should get elected. You should get elected by the owners and the players.
Right.
Should all vote on who they want to run, and you have 8 years tops. Bye, go.
And
Change it out. What's the point?
Yeah. I guess they get lazy.
No shit. Heavy D.
Heavy D. We have heavy hearts because Heavy D passed away at the age of 44 years old. And he just was in the movie Tower Heist. And he just performed at the BET Hip Hop Awards.
Who watched that?
Huh?
Who saw Tower Heist?
I mean, I haven't had the opportunity to see it. But
will you see it?
I did have the opportunity to burn up the dance floor back in the late 80s and 90s when Heavy D shit was rocking. Sure, they followed me around the dance floor for fire extinguisher, shorty. I was hot. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Tearing them
Heavy
gay
D,
clubs
man.
up.
I am really sad. I was really sad to hear that news, man. And apparently it's like, they found him unconscious around 11:30.
Woke him
up, revived him. He was talking, and then he passed away.
Now he's snoring.
At 1 p.m. Shit's crazy, man.
Now, on to a subject where you'll see one of the few times I ever get serious because I can actually relate to this one. My father actually has liver cancer, so I can relate to this. So all you people out there who want to say it's I don't need any sorries, nothing like that. That's not the point. My point is to let you know that I know what it's like to live with somebody who's going through this. Yeah. And unfortunately, Joe Frazier succumbed to liver cancer today.
Yeah, Joe Frazier today passed away at the age of 67 after a battle with liver cancer. Joe Frazier
was a monster.
In the
boxing ring.
He did help create Ali to what he was today with those 3 battles that they had. He won the Olympic heavyweight boxing gold medal for the U.S. in '64 in Tokyo, and then ended up being winning a world heavyweight championship in 1970. He was the first man to beat Ali in the fight called Fight of the Century. But the thing about Joe Frazier, and there's a special one, I believe it's HBO or Showtime right now, that just talks a little bit about the trilogy of their fights. And it's just amazing how much heart Joe Frazier had. And the last fight, the Thrill in Manila, it was unbelievable because he lost a TKO, where they had to basically threw in the towel and didn't let him. But Joe Frazier fought early when in his 20s he lost partial vision in one of his eyes, and he fought his whole career with partial vision in one eye, and a lot of people didn't realize that. And when he fought Ali in that third fight, Ali had shut his other eye, so he was practically fighting Ali blind. And they said before they threw in a towel, Ali looked at Angelo Dundee and he said, cut the gloves off me. He was done. Even though he was slightly winning the fight, he was so exhausted. He was like, cut the gloves off me. And then right then, Frazier's corner threw in the towel. So Joe Frazier was a man that had a tremendous amount of heart. And I think a lot of times he'll always be in Ali's shadow. But it's sad to see him go at 67 years old. He is definitely the pride of Philadelphia. And if you guys haven't, he actually lost his title to Foreman. And that's when Ali came back and beat Foreman's ass. Anyway, let's move on to some more just fucked up news, because this show is just about fucked up news. And the next thing,
this is not even funny.
Is not even funny.
This is not even remote. I mean, they're not funny.
Yeah, because a lot of people from Penn State are going to be in the state pen. That wasn't supposed to be funny. But
let me tell you right now, coming from me, who has no problem picking on people, and this is one area I don't even tread in, and it's children. Yeah. You don't fuck with little kids. And there's a lot of people who want to place blame and point fingers, but I got 2 of them. The assistant, the student assistant who came in and put what we're talking about is Jerry Sandusky. The defensive coordinator, or was at one time defensive coordinator.
And was supposed to be the heir to Joe Paterno, right, Penn State.
He had a thing for little boys. And by thing, I mean at one point he was drilling a 10-year-old boy in the asshole in the shower facilities on Penn, not like at the fucking college.
At the college.
So a grad
assistant who was an assistant coach.
And who's now an assistant coach. The red-haired dude on the sideline getting yelled at, McCullen, whatever. He walks in to put some stuff down, get some recruiting tape and some shoes, and he hears a...
Exactly.
Walks over to shower, and there's this dirty old motherfucker poking his 10-year-old in the booty hole. And you know what his punk ass did? Went home and told his daddy.
Nada. Now,
fuck you.
The thing about this is crazy is what Georgia said is word for word. I mean, everything. That is detailed what is on this 23-page document
for y'all
that you
who
can
haven't
read.
read it, go to ESPN and search it and read it, and you will be utterly amazed at the lack of gumption that the people in Penn State have. One guy said, it's not that serious.
It's not that fucking serious.
What's not serious about fucking little boy in the butt?
I'm going to tell you right now, and I'll run it down really quick. This grad assistant coach witnessed this, went home, told his father. Him and his father went to Joe Paterno's house, apparently.
The next day, and had lunch with him and talked over it.
And talked about this. Joe Paterno then notifies the AD, the athletic director, and that was Tim Curley.
Now, let me ask you a question. Let's just play role play with me for a second.
Okay.
You're Joe Paterno. Coach Paterno, last night in the shower, I saw our defensive coordinator fucking a 10-year-old in the butt.
Okay, exactly. What did you see?
I walked in and I heard a... I walked over to the shower, and there was a little boy, and this is quoting, I'm not making this up, pinned up against the wall, being anally penetrated by your defensive head coach.
Okay. I would be like this. I would call Tim Curley, the athletic director, okay? And I'd probably sit down with the VP, what was the gentleman's name who was the VP? Gary Schultz. Okay. And I would say, now, at that time, it would be accusations because I don't know what, I'm saying. So I would probably say, we got to look into this. And we probably would have to call the campus police. Well, the campus police were never called.
Nope.
What happened, the way it went down was basically they told Paterno.
And this was in 2002.
This was 2002. Now,
It
wasn't the first time that it had happened.
He had already been investigated in 1998.
Yeah.
This Gary Sandusky stand-up guy opened up he
opened up a home for boys
called the Second Mile,
Second Mile,
to help these
troubled boys, boys that came from dysfunctional families, and basically this was just a whole turnstile for what he was doing. I mean, he was just like, you know what? I have all the boys I want to choose from here.
It'd be like a crackhead getting put in a crack den.
Yep.
A crack man. I mean, just what are you? My thing is everyone doesn't want to blame Paterno. Let me explain something to you. How shit works in the real world, not Penn State. If you or I were working somewhere and we were even accused, like if we got accused of rape, they would then put you on administrative leave immediately, not even pending the investigation. You'd be on administrative leave. Not this motherfucker, not him.
No, and it's just not. It's what I find so bizarre about this whole scandal. And let me tell you something. Me and Cristiano were talking, and it's like, you know what? This scandal. This is way bigger than sports, and it's not like the shit you saw when Lynn Bias passed away, and Lefty Drizel got caught up in that shit, or SMU with the death penalty.
Nothing even touch. Like everyone wants to talk about athletes taking money. At least they're not taking 10-year-olds' virginities.
Right. This shit is all criminal. Like, I mean, it is. Some people are going to serve time. It's a fucked up situation. It is. It goes all the way through. The trustees are meeting right now to discuss everything. But when you look at an athletic director and a VP
and a head coach,
and they all knew about it, and they all kept it under wraps, and everybody, and I know there's Penn State alumni trying to make excuses for Paterno. There's no fucking excuses.
None.
Because the bottom line is
he hired him.
Let's just say Paterno says, well, I didn't know a lot of details first. When he told the AD and he told the VP, they had a meeting with that same guy who witnessed this. And he told them details. Now, you're telling me if I'm the athletic director and you're Paterno and you come to me with this and I'm like, look, Joe, I'm going to handle it. I'm going to sit down with the VP and talk to this kid. When the kid tells me I basically saw this Sandusky performing anal sex on this 10-year-old boy, I know somewhere along the line you and I are going to talk again. Okay, and I'm going to say, this is a really fucked up situation. None of that happened. Nothing was reported. Pennsylvania law says you got to report this shit within 48 hours.
A verbal report should have been done in 24. A written one should have been done in 48. And Schultz is the guy who, if it wasn't Schultz, it's Curley, who went on record and said, it's not that bad.
It's not that fucking bad. Would it be bad if it was this kid?
And let me explain something to you. The first victim, because this is only the tip of the iceberg, Sandusky put his mouth on a 10-year-old's penis and sucked it. Yeah. He stuck his dick in another kid's mouth till he came. Now here's a serious question, and I'm not even remotely kidding about this one. Over and under, this guy even serves jail time. My money is he better kill himself.
Well, a lot of people think that. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen.
Because I'm going to tell you what, if he doesn't kill himself, I fixed the problem real easy. Okay, so what? You don't believe in the death penalty? That's fine. I understand. Put him in general population in a prison.
He'll be
They'll
Jeffrey
take
Dahmer
care of
part
it.
two.
They will take care of it. I don't give a shit how old he is.
Yeah.
Let the hardened criminals take care of guys like this the way they should be taken care of if our court system doesn't want to do it.
I just, and what happens with, Sandusky obviously is just the main culprit, but then you got to look at everybody else. O.J. McDuffie was on, I don't know if he was on ESPN where he was talking, but he was basically, O.J. McDuffie was there in 1988, and he said he heard rumors. Okay? Now, that's back in 1988 and said, he didn't want to believe some of the things here. So it was obvious this was going on for a long time, and everybody was just kind of like.
In 1999, Joe Pa came and told him, like, look, you're not going to be the coach. So then he encouraged him, you should retire with all the benefits you'll get. Mm-hmm. He got a home near the campus. He got his office, a phone. He got to go all over the campus. They said he was there just as of latest 2 weeks ago. What? How can you turn a blind eye to this? This isn't giving kids money.
He was on a consistent basis. He was taking these boys from Second Mile Home onto the university, into the showers, in the showering facilities.
He brought one boy to 2 different bowl games. At no point did somebody go, "Hey, son, where you staying?"
Now as of a few hours ago, a 9th victim came forward, and George and I are filming this late Tuesday night. We usually film Wednesday morning, but we said we got to film this shit because so much crazy shit was breaking out. But a 9th victim, who knows how many more will come forward? I mean, we're talking a whole boys' home. And a lot of these victims were with each other and around each other and everything. Now, the thing is, one of these victims, before they were going to testify, Sandusky's wife tried to contact him.
Yeah.
And a friend.
And so he wouldn't return the calls.
Yeah.
They said it's kind of serious.
Yeah, it's kind of serious. Now, what do you think that phone call was in reference to? You think she was saying, tell me what happened, or saying, hey, go easy, lie about it?
I bet one or the other, because here's the thing. I understand women, it's old school women. It's ingrained in you to stand by your man. No.
Let me tell you something, and I can't, there's no telling what happened, but you would have to believe that she knew something was up. I mean, he's always hanging out with these 10-year-old boys.
Well, supposedly he had 11 adopted children, too. 11 adopted children?
Wow. What a fucking mess.
I don't know.
Penn State, I'm going to tell you what, this is going to affect Penn State's program for a while. I mean, this is getting off this and getting back into Penn State, the university, and the program.
You want to know how you fix it?
How?
Urban Meyer.
But the problem, you know what? I talked to Joe Cristiano about that. You know, we were talking about it, and I was like, you know what, Urban Meyer, I don't think, the problem is, I don't know if Urban Meyer is going to want to come behind this shit.
You don't want to come into this PR storm?
I don't know. I mean, everything's going to be, you're going to have a new AD, you're going to have a new VP, you're going to have probably a new president. I mean, it is going to be everything.
Bill Cowher?
I don't know.
Bill Cowher sat there and said straight up, I don't ever want to coach again. But here's the thing. They need to bring in somebody crazy. They just can't go get a ho-hum. They can't bring anybody from within. To me, you bring somebody from outside, right. And in my opinion, you fire every single coach on the staff. That assistant kid, obviously, all he worried about was getting his job, and he's got an assistant coach. That's great. You know what? Fuck you. You're fired too.
It was people at all levels. I mean, there was the janitor that witnessed.
The janitor didn't. And here's the other thing. You're 23, 24, 25. You're telling me you couldn't have walked into that shower and fucked up some 60-year-old man as he fucked a 10-year-old? I don't care how much shock you were in. I would be enraged. I don't understand.
Well, they said this guy was so in shock. Like, he was talking about, I've seen terrible things.
Oh, the janitor, yeah. But
he was so fucked up they thought he was going to have a heart attack. But he was screaming. He was angry. So I think.
Why didn't he do anything?
I don't know. I mean, you don't know what. I mean, the guy's now, he's got dementia and he's senile, so he couldn't even testify. So, I mean, this was told by other people the way he reacted. So who knows what happened?
But that punk ass 24-year-old worried about my job, worried about getting ahead. He forgot about it because that shit happened in 2002. We are 9 years later. Yeah. What has happened between 2002 and today?
We're gonna see. Because I'm gonna tell you what. If the story broke Sunday. It's been 48 hours, and we've had two more victims come forward. I mean, you look at that school, and they're probably doing deep investigating in Second Mile school. They're probably doing all. I mean, this investigation has been ongoing for quite some time.
Yeah, they've been looking at him since I think 99.
99, and then, I mean, he had a couple instances where he was Child Protective Services was looking at his ass. So,
the other thing is he got caught. This is also in the 23-page report. I'm telling you, just
go read the shit.
Just read it. Before you comment, read that shit, because I don't care how much of a Penn State fan you are, you cannot condone any action by anyone because no one's done anything right.
No.
Number two, he is quoted because he got caught in the shower rubbing and rolling and basically wrestling with a boy. And got caught by the mom. The mom went to the police, and he sat there and said to the police, "I'm really sorry. I wish it never would have happened. I wish I was dead.
I wish I was dead."
And you know what? I can guarantee you right now there's at least 9 other boys that wish you were dead and never came into their life. I wish I was dead. I'll
And,
never do it again. And no one did anything then.
Yeah, and they said that a lot of the victims were upset because no one was taking these accusations seriously at first. Anyway, let us know your feelings on the whole fucking thing. Rest in peace, Joe Frazier. Rest in peace, Heavy D.
Rest in Penn State football.
Yeah, at least for a few years probably. And we are out of here.
No women's MMA?
No, man.
Damn.
None of that shit.
They're more alive than Penn State's football program will be.
At the present moment, yes, they are.
See you, bye.
Bye-bye.